Hi and welcome to the video and the channel. If you're new to the channel, please remember to like, share and subscribe. It does help. We're trying to build something interesting here. So today I will rant slash wax lyrical about this character that I've decided to draw. Okay, so in today's session, well, this was yesterday's session, I'm recording it the day after, we're going to do the backside of Little Miss Warwich. So remember when you are doing the inverse side that the flow of lines is going to be inverted so that you don't mess up and then the thing looks wrong. It's got to look different from the back to the front. So yeah, having that reference there, like that transparent layer there that you can see where the front side is always useful when you're doing this type of in the round designs. I should sit still, shouldn't I? Like, I'm on a wheelie chair and I'm always tempted to roll around and I could get out of shot. Anyhow, I'm spending way too much time and effort on this, but I like it. I like it. The results are really good. My technique's changing. I'm a lot more confident, I think, especially with the dark line work. I have no reason not to be. I mean, I've been practicing this for decades, so whatever. But this current iteration of my efforts is certainly yielding interesting results that I was quite surprised by in many cases. So yes, going over it with a little bit of a smudge, and there you have it. Also, not just fully smudging everything, I'm also this time around I'm using the skin tone values because that's already shaded the way I like them. So that's why I've done that. Now we're drawing the back side of the belt. This is much more sped up, so I've got to keep up with the picture. Anyhow, it really works nicely, this whole smudge move around technique, just to kind of get some interesting detail. And then you just build it up a little bit by layer by layer, and you have it. So the technique itself is down. Symmetries, remember using the symmetries. It's a good idea. It's always useful. And I like this block design. I think I might do something with something similar in the future. It's kind of a enjoyable little exercise. I think it might be fun. Anyhow, but it allows you to do geometric work very, very quickly. Roughly, but very quickly, and it is geometrically correct. Alright, so we've gone skin, we've gone highlight, of course we've got to highlight things, make it look all 3D and shit. Yeah. Oh, and these cords that go around her thighs, I just flipped. I was like, what's the point? You don't need to do anything. They're not going to be any different. I could have added something to the back of those and made them slightly different around her bottom, but I don't know. Okay, so, yeah, I remember what I did. I forgot to videotape half of this thing. That's why this video is so short. Grief. I'm so disappointed in myself. Anyway, doing like sort of spine pieces on the cloak. I think her cloak is going to be like special type of armor. Like, even though it's abstract here, but I think it's going to be like plate mail, but witchy, magicy, technology, weirdy, the way I do it. Okay, so yeah, once again, very easy. I didn't even go onto a new layer. I just kept it on that layer with these parts where I did a sort of a faded sketch with a lower pressure brush and then go over it with 100% pressure. That could yield a very similar effect. It works on smaller scale or if you're using bigger brushes, I guess. And those dreadlocks. I'm very pleased with the way these dreadlocks came out, because what it did is it allowed me to really create the character from skin up, because I mean, hair is kind of an integral part of a character. It's one of the ways their personality is expressed in many instances, and it gives the character personality, like you'll see later on at the end of this vid, that she has fantastic personality, in terms of her sort of dreaded hairdo. So yeah. Oh yeah, I did sort of 3 or 4 dreadlocks on a layer, and then I kept them on separate layers so that when I did the full head of hair, I wouldn't be confused where to place the dreadlocks and how to make it look like a full head of hair instead of just stuff that's been, whacked on there. Like, I wanted to make it look kind of cool. So yeah, those are them dreads. They look nice. Why did I do that? Oh yeah, I was working on the wrong layer. Remember, spend time checking your layers. It's kind of important. Don't mess up like that. I do. Okay, so what? She's the Wicked Warwich of Warrington. What's her name? I think I wrote her name on Instagram. You can check the Instagram and you can find the name. And if any of you have a suggestion about like character names or backstories or stuff, get involved. It's always lovely to have interactions with the community. If you want to take part, take part. The hat. Now, this hat looks like it's got teeth in 2 places. Like, those are like teeth or claws or something. But I wanted to add a little bit of added extra. What? Whew, excuse me, yawny face. Extra personality to this hat. So I gave it not 1, not 2, but 3 eyes. Yeah, I love drawing those weird techno eyes. I think I missed another shot again. Yes. So, I've drawn half the cat already, but you could see, so annoying. But you could see that the image is being built up from flat shape language, and you drop the opacity and add detail, add detail. And as you compile those layers together, you invariably end up with quite a fantastic finish. Like, I really followed the steps. Bring down the brush a little bit. Every time you bring down the brush, bring down the lower layer's opacity by 25%, so you bring it down to 75% every time. And this is a perfect example of how the technique will get you to your finished product. Mark my words, the proportions on this cat are wrong. I definitely need to work on my feline illustration language, understanding, whatever you call it. However, it's close enough. It's pretty dang close. And I don't want it to be specifically like a lion or a this or a that. But I think the tail and the back legs are a bit strange, and the paws are super chunky to the tune of being a little bit too big, actually. And, alright, so, I think I was showing somebody something there. Yeah, if you pop into the live stream, I might try and entertain you. Be careful. Okay, so taking a break here, obviously. Having to play that time lapse again because what was I doing? I think I was taking a break. Right. But there we go. There's that tiger, and he's looking real snazzy. That's a snazzy kitty cat with big old paws. If I can make them a little bit smaller, it'll be pro. So yeah, okay, I might just do that, but not now, because I think the next video is going to be about a lady wearing a frog. Like, I swear, I cannot, I can make this shit up. It was one of the most interesting creative thought exercises, just taking Pinterest pages. Yes, I picked the cool ones. I didn't pick the random ones like I should have. But I think I may do that next year. And we'll call it Brovember, and I'll do all dudes, because this project's probably going to take me about a year to do. Let's see, maybe. And if I've built up a YouTube channel that wants anything to do with this project by the end of this, that'd be great. So subscribe to the channel. Yeah, like, seriously, it's kind of important that you do that. And have you noticed? Anyway, you'll only notice if you watch more than one video. Okay, then line art and liquify tool. Why didn't I make the brow line of that animal move towards the middle with the thing? His face looks funny to me now. So I didn't put that in the right place, which is all right. And it also got to a point where I was like, I'm not going to draw whiskers. I'm not going to spend an hour on this cat. I don't need to. It's not necessary. We've been doing enough. However, it's got a cool harness thingy though. That's coming up shortly, if I managed to record it properly and didn't screw that up. Yeah, me complaining about how bad I am at doing stuff. What would they do together, these two characters, this witch and this tiger? And like, have you noticed? It's a Hemingway cat, right? It's got thumbs on its back feet, and it's got working thumbs. So, yeah, I remember watching Dungeon Dad, and there's this D&D type creature called a moondog that's got humanoid hands. And I think I probably just ripped that off from the moondog. But like a sentient liger-sized creature with paws that work like hands. I think that would be troublesome. Oh, and some technology to boot. I don't know what technology. It just looks like a harness thing to me. Maybe it's a weapon system. I haven't even started drawing it. Hold on, it's coming. 1 second. Highlights. Showing you how terrible I am at drawing fur. Yeah. Gotta work on that, dude. The joy of the selection tool. Select it up, make it white, boom, there you go. Kitty's all of a sudden a lighter color, and we're going with a harness. C, layer 1, right, layer 2, layer 3. Every time just incrementally smaller. Layer 5, I think the brush is at 25 here. Yeah, stays at 25 here. And then as it gets smaller and smaller, you can use pressure, higher and higher pressure on the brush. So you can get darker lines if you press a little bit harder. Once your shapes are starting to become defined enough for that. And then you're going to do, I think, one more layer. Yeah, one more layer. Right. Yeah, one more layer, knock it back. And also still 25%. I only stayed on 25%. Did I not? Thingy, what's it? But look at the tonal variation that you get from the broad lines down to the thinner lines, and it gives a gradient in a way to the parts, which I think is really cool because it just adds volume. There we go. Then I went over it with 100%. So many passes. And I did a shit job on the inking. I need to practice my inking. This brush is wonderful though. Absolutely lovely. Like learning how to work with it and getting it to do this is great. There we go. That's a cat. And it's small. Oh, alright. Highlights. Gotta pump them highlights. Yeah, dog. I mean, kitty. Right. And that's that. My goodness. What a blessing. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky and so grateful that I'm able to make, create, and do all of these fantastic things. I'm trying to save all the pages. Why did I leave this in the video? Never mind. Well then. Okay, so we're going to display all of that at the end. Check out the different layers. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and come back for more. Love to have you. See you later.